Hello, everyone, and welcome to Disney Magic Podcast, a fun new Disney podcast hosted by a British guy. I'm your host, Zach Campbell, and you can join me every other week for magical stories, amazing guests, intriguing history, and overall a trip down Main Street, USA. From Disney parks to a galaxy far, far away, we'll be talking all things Disney and just how magical it is. Get ready for this episode because it's starting in 3, 2, 1.
And today I'm joined by Kaz from Addicted to Disney. Hello, Kaz. How's it going?
Hi, Zach. Nice to meet you. Yeah, it's all going well down here at Addicted to Disney House HQ today. It's been a bit busy getting everything ready, but we're all yours.
Amazing. And as you can tell by the title, guys, we are talking all about Disney cruise. I personally have never had one, but Kaz is like a veteran in the area. So we are going to be picking a brain a little bit. And we're going to dive into a little bit of the history as well, because we like doing that here on this podcast as well. So I've got some fun little tidbits as well to, bit of an icebreaker type stuff. But Kaz, before we get into all of that, introduce yourself, tell us what you do, tell us who you are, and yeah.
Well, my name is Kaz. I run Addicted to Disney. As well as Zach, I also have a podcast and a YouTube channel. I started my channel back during lockdown because I was missing Disney like crazy, and I just wanted something I could focus on whilst I was waiting for the parks, etc., to open back up. So, channel started in 2020, and it's gradually growing. I'm a bit of a Disney nut. My other half says I eat, drink, sleep Disney, and yeah, if you were to see, Zach, you can see the background behind me.
Oh, absolutely, yeah.
That is just the tip of the iceberg of my Disney collection.
Oh, I absolutely
I have
love
got
it.
loads. But we're also D20. I'm also a member of D23 and annual pass holder at Walt Disney World and Disneyland Paris, and also Disney Vacation Club member.
Wow, that is impressive. I do have a question about D23 because I was a member a few years ago now, and I kind of I'm like the free member, but I'm not like gold member. How would you find that being in the UK? Because I don't quite understand how, because of all the tours and things. It was like, what perks do we get as a UK kind of?
As a free member, when you go to Disney World, you do get a few perks. I know you get discounts in Base and in Disney Springs and a couple of other shops, but I've actually upgraded mine to gold.
Yeah.
So I can get some of the exclusive merch. If you go on to shopdisney.com, which is the US site, there's a D23 section, and you can quite often get some Disney D23 exclusive merch.
Oh, okay.
I can book to go to the studios in Burbank if I get the chance to, which is on the bucket list to do.
Absolutely.
And obviously, one time I'm actually hoping to get to the D23 Expo. Don't know when yet. I'm working on that one.
Amazing. Yeah, that is my plan. I'm trying to get over to Cali next year. And that is definitely on my bucket list to do the Burbank tour and all that kind of stuff. I mean, I want to go to the San Francisco Family Museum as well, and do all of that. But yeah, it's definitely on the bucket list for me as well. So, but yeah,
I was out in LA with work in July, and I didn't actually get a chance to go into the studios, but I did get to drive past the Disney studios. So
I was teasing it a little bit.
I know we were working about 20 minutes away from the studios. Wow. It was torture, and being an hour away from Anaheim, it was absolute torture.
Oh, I bet.
Didn't do Anaheim this time, but I am planning to hopefully get to Anaheim and do the parks next year.
Yeah, absolutely. It's definitely, I think it's just a bucket list for any Disney adults. Is be like, we need to go to the original park, 100%, because nothing beats it. Nothing beats the original park, I don't think. But yeah, I'm rooting for you. You've got to do it. We've got to do it.
Well, I'm hoping to. It's just working it around schedules because work, home life, Disney.
Of course, yeah. It's a very fine line, isn't it, between it all?
Should that really be Disney homework?
Yes, absolutely. But yeah, so that's Kaz. I'll leave all of the stuff down in the description down below, in the description of this episode. But we're going to dive into the the cruise line. So I've got a little bit of history about it. And as I was researching this, I was like, I found this quite interesting. So we're just gonna dive into a little bit of it. So in 1985, the Premier Cruise Line became Disney's licensed partner cruise line, and this allowed Disney characters on their ships and combined cruises, hotels, and theme park packages. In 1993, they ended their relationship with Disney and signed a new one with Warner Brothers, utilizing Looney Tunes characters. Premier continued to offer Disneyland and Seas packages while adding Universal Studios as an option. Thus, Disney approached both Carnival and Royal Caribbean Cruises line to replace Premier as an exclusive sea partner. Between negotiations between the two cruise lines of both Caribbean and Royal Caribbean, Carnival, and Royal Caribbean, they did not produce any results. Disney had cruise ship designs drawn up by February 94. Disney were looking at signing other cruise lines to offer hotels and resort packages. And then in May of 94, Disney announced that they intended to start cruise line operations in 1998. In 95, Disney Cruise Line commissioned Disney Magic and Disney Wonder from, I can't even try to pronounce this, Fincantieri in Italy. Sorry if I've absolutely butchered that. The cruise line was incorporated as Devonson Cruise Company Limited in February 1996 in the United Kingdom and was renamed Magical Cruise Company Limited in 96. The cruise line costed much of the theme park to start up. And then in 1996 as well, it was a busy year for Disney. They purchased Garda Key as the line's private island, which was then renamed to Castaway Key after a $25 million makeover. The Disney Magic first cruise was originally scheduled for March 1998, but it was postponed twice. And the Disney Wonder was scheduled for December 1998. And then on July 30th, 1998, the first maiden voyage of the Disney Magic, and thus the Disney Cruise Line, was operational, and it was history. And obviously, Disney Cruise Line is a massive thing. It is its own separate kind of like entity. They have a fleet of ships, including the Disney Magic, the Disney Wonder, the Dream, the Fantasy, and the Disney Wish. They are adding, as of this year, December 21st, the Disney Treasure, which sails out from Singapore, I believe.
No. The Treasure is actually going to be doing her inaugural sailing over Christmas this year.
Oh, yes, yeah.
She's sailing out from Port Canaveral.
Port Canaveral, yeah. It's the other one I'm thinking of, the Disney Adventure. That's the one that's starting from Singapore.
Yeah.
In 2025.
Yeah, it's at the moment it's sometime 2025. Couple of things to add for you for the history of Disney and the cruise line.
Yeah.
The colour scheme, as you probably see, I don't know if you've seen the Disney boats or anyone listening.
Yes.
To Disney boats. The colour scheme. The whole of the boat is actually a bluey colour, and it's actually painted what's known as Monica blue, because the colour scheme came up when they were having a meeting to discuss what colour should we paint, what colour scheme should we have, because they wanted it to be as near to Mickey Mouse as possible. And the Imagine at the time called Monica walked in wearing a pair of trousers, and they all went, "That's the colour we want."
Nice. Okay. Nice.
Thank you for that. With the Disney Cruise Lines also, if you've seen the ships, the lifeboats are actually yellow.
Yes, yeah.
Had to apply for special permission to have yellow lifeboats, because traditionally lifeboats are orange because they fill up more in the sea.
Yeah.
And they had to apply for special permission to have the yellow boats.
Wow.
And they had to prove that these boats could be seen in the daylight and the night, and it all went through, and hence why Disney Cruise Line have yellow lifeboats. So they basically try and have it so it looks like it's a Mickey Mouse colour scheme.
Yes, yeah. That's incredible. I love that. Just that attention to detail that Disney just go through with everything is just so impressive with everything. It really is. Yeah, it's. I didn't know that, so thank you for that. We're learning here. This is what it's all about. We're learning.
And also, if you on the back end of the boats, they have stern characters.
Yes.
Disney Magic has got Goofy, and he's actually got a paintbrush in his hands. It looks like he's painting the back of the boat.
Okay, cool.
Disney Wonder has got Donald and Huey and Louie, and it looks like Donald's telling the boys off for being naughty.
Yeah.
The Disney Dream has got Mickey in his Fantasia Mickey outfit, and he's painting, and he's got the mops from Fantasia.
Yes, yeah.
The Fantasy has got Dumbo.
Mm-hmm.
The Wish is Rapunzel, and her feet are so big. She's actually got something like a size 26 foot. She's that big.
Wow.
The Treasure has got Captain Hook and Peter Pan. And they've recently announced with the Destiny, it's going to have Spider-Man and Spider-Bots on the back. It seems the Destiny, the one that's currently being built at YMF, is going to be more a Marvel-y themed boat, whereas the others are more traditionally Disney boats, because they're also going to have Black Panther in the atrium as the opening statue, because as you go into the ships, the first thing you do when you got on the ship is you board the boat, and you normally board around about deck 3, which is quite a nice area to start, and then you walk into what's known as the atrium, and they have statues. So they have these lovely, beautiful statues in there, and each boat's got a different one as well.
Yes, yeah. From watching videos and things I have seen, and they look gorgeous. It's the Disney Adventure one that looks it's beautiful. It's Jasmine, isn't it? That's the
Disney Treasure's got Aladdin.
Oh, is it the Disney Treasure?
Yeah,
okay.
The Adventure one's got a more Asian feel to it. The artist editions I've seen, it looks okay, but it doesn't look sort of if it's going to have the wow factor as the other ships.
Yeah. It's a shame, though. It's a shame. Hopefully it'll be good. But they always knock it out of the park with this kind of stuff. So fingers crossed.
Yeah, definitely. At the moment, the Treasure's on her sea trials, and you can, and while she's at sea, they're actually, although the ship to look at from the outside, she looks complete.
Yeah.
Inside, there's going to be a whole load of work still going on. I don't know if you've seen on National Geographic the making of the Wish program. It's on.
I haven't. No.
It's on Disney Wish. Go and have a watch of it. It is absolutely fascinating. When she did her transatlantic voyage from YMF in Germany, which is where she was built, over to Port Canaveral to get ready for her inaugural, she went from being a shell inside to being a totally complete cruise ship. And the attention to detail and everything they've put onto those ships is absolutely amazing. There is just so much you can say and so much to do as well.
That is incredible.
I've done 7 cruises. I've been on the Disney Magic 3 times, so the classic.
Yes, yeah.
Started initially on her back in 2021 because she was docked in Dover during the pandemic.
Oh, nice. Okay, yeah. Because they do the Disney UK cruises, don't they?
Yeah. What they did was because Disney were aware that the ship was being docked and she was just sitting in Dover. In 21, they introduced what they call the staycation cruise, the COVID staycation cruises, where they were able to sail the ships at 50% capacity. You had the stress of having to do a COVID test before you got on the ship, which was not
joys.
Basically, she went out at sea, you did a couple of days at sea, and you came back. And because you weren't getting off the ship, it was okay for them to run the COVID cruises. Yeah. And it gave you a taste of what to expect on a Disney cruise line. And they were really, really good fun.
Yeah.
I then did a 7-day cruise, and 7-night is totally more relaxed. We went to Northern Europe, so we went to Germany, we went to Amsterdam, we went to Copenhagen.
Oh, wow.
And it was amazing. And then last year, for the first time, the Disney Dream came to the UK, and she sailed from Southampton.
Yeah.
And we did 2 sailings back. We did what's called back-to-back, where basically we did a cruise sailing, got back into port, stayed on the ship, and went back out on another sailing.
Wow.
And then this year, in February this year, we flew out to Orlando, had a couple of days in Walt Disney World, and then drove down using Disney Cruise Transport and went on the Disney Wish from Port Canaveral.
Wow, nice.
Went to Castaway Cay.
Oh, how is that in real life?
It was a real... Getting off the boat in Castaway Cay was a real pinch me moment. Like you, I'd only ever seen it on YouTube and on videos and that. The morning when we were docking in it at the... Get my brain right. When we were actually flying out, we actually got a message from Disney Cruise Line saying that there might be a change of the itinerary because at the time there was a storm in the Bahama area.
Oh, yeah.
And so for them to get into Castaway Cay, that the climate and the weather has to be absolutely perfect because they have such a narrow area to pull in because they've basically dredged the seabed so they can put the ships in.
Yeah.
They only have one ship at a time docked there.
Yeah.
And they ended up swapping our sea day and our Castaway Cay day round. And I for a while, I thought I wasn't going to get there.
Yeah.
And then on the morning when we were pulling in, Wayne, who's the other half of Addicted to Disney, he was out because we always have a veranda. He was out in the veranda and he said to me, "You're going to want to come out here and just look out here now." And just sailing into that island is absolutely stunning. It really is paradise.
Yeah.
You get off the ship and it was a real pinch me moment. You've got the beautiful Bahama white sands, you've got the characters, you've got all the music.
Wow.
It is just absolutely stunning. It really is. It's paradise.
Yeah. It looks gorgeous in videos, but I bet like videos just don't do it justice.
Totally doesn't do it justice.
Yeah.
There's one point you can go. It's called Pelican Point, and there's Scutter's Bar there, and you can sit there and have a drink.
Yeah.
You just look across the bay, and you can see the ship in the background, the blue Bahamas sea, the sun. And we were there in February, and it was absolutely baking. It was lovely.
Yeah. No, that sounds amazing. That really, really does. Wow. Like I'm not jealous at all, Kaz. Not at all. Not in the slightest. Not at all.
Fantasy's coming to the UK next year, so and they're doing Southampton, so get yourself on one.
Absolutely. I mean, I might have to. I do want to do a Disney cruise 100%. I think I might start how you did and do a UK one first to get a little bit of a taste for it, and then kind of like do Port Canaveral and then Castaway Cay, because it'd be a nice way to explore Europe as well. Because there's a few places in Europe that I want to go that they kind of go to anyway. So, but yeah, it just looks so impressive. It really, really does.
We've just done 5 nights. We did 5 nights at the end of August on the Dream. We went into the Bay of Biscay. We went to La Coruña and Vigo.
Nice.
They were nice. It's just northern Spain. Vigo, if you went about half an hour down the road from where we were docked, you were in Portugal.
Yeah. Wow. That's incredible. That's incredible.
Well, I saw you went to Disney World, and I saw you went to Mickey's Not So Scary.
I did, yes. I absolutely love that. I did. It was so much fun. I got to meet Stitch as Elvis. That was like the highlight of the whole trip. It was fantastic. It really, really was. I'm a huge Stitch fan. I love Stitch.
I've got just a few Stitches, and I've got a grown-up daughter, and her nickname is Stitch.
Oh, I love that.
Man. So we have Stitch in his family as well, and
yeah. I mean, how can you not? He's just adorable.
But yeah, no, we did Mickey's Not So Scary as well this year so far.
Yeah.
And we really loved it.
Nice. Yeah, because you was there in August as well, wasn't you?
We were there. We were actually there. Where are we? October the 4th. 3 weeks ago, we were there.
Nice. Okay.
We were there. Second week in September, we went out there.
Oh, lovely. How was the weather there? Because it was absolutely baking in August for me. It was. I was like the back end of August, and it was absolutely stifling.
It was hot, and I don't know if you had what we had. You'd have like the morning was really lovely and sunny, and then it'd rain, and then it just gets so humid.
Yeah, I mean, it didn't rain much for me there. To be fair, when I was there, I had a couple of days where it did rain. I had like a torrential downpour for like one day. I was it was one on my birthday actually. I was playing golf at the Lake Buena Vista golf course, and I only got round 8 holes, and it just absolutely torrential downpour of rain. So we had to come in. We got storm called in, so we couldn't play anymore. So that was that. And then there was one day where I went to Animal Kingdom, and it was absolutely freezing in the morning. It was like 7:30. I went to Flight of Passage. I was like, what? A rope dropped. And then as soon as I came out of that, I was like, oh my God, it was absolutely stifling. It was overcast and everything. I was like, oh my gosh.
It was definitely funny when we were out there. Most days really, it was overcast and grey. And then look at that sun come out. It's like somebody put the sauna on.
Yeah, 100%. That's just Florida in general, though. I think it's just
It was cooler though than when we went out in June. When we went out in June, it was hitting 100 degrees in the afternoons, and it was stifling.
Yeah, 100. Yeah, that sounds about right. I remember the last time I went before this time, it was back in 2011. I remember the hottest day. I remember watching the news on the day, and it was like, so it's the hottest day we've ever had. It's 110 degrees Fahrenheit. I was like, holy crap, what, how are we going to survive? It was like, it's like, 45 degrees or something like that Celsius.
We when we flew out last month, we were like watching the weather because Hurricane Helena was coming, and it's like,
yes,
is it going to hit us? Is it not going to hit us? And it's like, well, if it does, it does. If it doesn't, it doesn't. And we just took each day as it came, really.
That's it. Yeah, that's it. It's all you can do, really, isn't it? It's all you can do. Like,
exactly.
It's just part of. I mean, I feel like Disney's pretty lucky. I feel like they either get hit slightly or they complete the hurricane's like, nah, I can't be bothered, and then just verges round it. Like, I feel like Disney's never been hit by a hurricane properly.
Friends of mine were out there 2 years ago when Dennis hit.
Oh, with it, yeah, okay, yeah, fair, yeah. So it's very rare though. I feel like it's very but yeah, I mean, I absolutely loved it, but I want to get over to. I do want to do a cruise, and I want to get over to Cali at some over the next couple of years as well. Most definitely.
Next year's I think it's the 70th. Is it the 60th or 70th? It's the 70th anniversary.
70th anniversary of Disneyland. So that's kind of like on the bucket list for me because they announced at D23 they've got the Walt animatronic. I want to see that. I can't wait to see
amazing.
That. It does look so good, and just to see the original part, like the original pirates, the original mansion. Oh, it'd just be just to walk in that park. There's like just seeing Walt's apartment as well. It's just going to be I will cry like 100%. I cried when I was walking down Main Street in Disney World. I was like, okay, I've got to compose myself a little bit and start recording because, like, holy crap.
Yes. It's nothing wrong with adult tears and being an adult and tears in Disney. I think we've all done
it. No, absolutely not. It's perfectly normal. Perfectly normal.
I normally get are you crying yet? No. Are you crying yet? No. Are you crying yet?
No. No, I'm not crying. You're crying. Stop.
No, I just had an itch.
yeah, that's it. Just something in my eye.
What else would you like to know about cruises?
I mean, honestly, I just want to. I want to know. I mean, I know the boats are very different. So what are the key features of the cruises that you've been on of the boats? Because I know the Magic's the first one. I know it's not like up to because they bought that boat. Then they bought the Magic.
No, the Magic was built.
Oh, was it? Which one was bought? Because they bought one. Didn't they?
Built is the Adventure. The Magic was actually custom built. The Magic were built simultaneously in Italy.
Okay,
and we're launching the cruise line and. Basically, they're almost mirror images of each other, apart from some of the restaurants have got a slightly different name. On the Magic, you have one thing Disney do is they do what they call rotational dining. So you have three main dining rooms on the cruise lines. On the Disney Magic, you've got Animator's Palette, you've got Rapunzel's Royal Table, and you've got Lumiere's. And each night, the people who serve you on your first night, so your head server and his assistant and the drinks assistant, will then follow you to the second night and the third night and the fourth night.
Oh, okay.
So if you're on a 7-night cruise, by night 3, you get to your table and your drinks are almost certainly going to be waiting for you on the table. Wow. If there's something on the menu that they recommend, they'll tell you. If they think you're not going to like it, but you want something from the previous night menu, they'll go and get it for you.
Oh, wow.
Rapunzel's on the Magic, Tiana on the Wonder, Arendelle on the Wish are all show restaurants.
Oh, so like dinner and a show type of.
Coco one on things. So you have your meal, but during the course of the meal, you've got a show going on, and you get a bit of interaction, you get a bit of audience participation, you get characters. Animator's Palette, that's quite interesting. Depending on what sailing you're doing, depends on what you get. If you're on a longer sailing, you get what's the animation drawing class, where basically you go in of an evening and there's an A4 sheet on your table waiting for you, and you draw on the character, and then during the course of the night, they take the sheets off, scan them all in, and then the final show is they bring all the animations live on the screen. So
Oh wow.
seen on Tim's videos, and if you have a look on my channel, there's some videos of it as well.
Yeah.
Characters dancing.
Yes, yeah, I've seen that. Yeah. It
On
looks so impressive. I didn't know they scanned it in. I thought it was like a tablet.
No, it's you have a sheet and you draw your character. You have about an A4 sheet, and it has put your head in this. It's got a prepayment. I'll get my tongue in a minute. It's pre-laid out, so you have to draw your head in a certain box, your hands, your feet in a certain box, and you've got colouring pens on your table, and you can put as much or as little detail. They don't like it if you put logos on or anything branded. If they do that, they do ask you just to sort of cross it out because they can't seem to advertise it. And then they bring the animation to life, and it is just so fascinating how they do it. And then at the end of the night, they run the credits and all your names appear on the screens in the animation.
Oh, that's cool. That's cool.
The other thing they do on the Magic and the Wonder is on one of the other animators' nights. I'm not going to try not to spoil the magic because if anyone's listening, the restaurant starts off black and white and it gradually turns to colour.
Oh wow!
And you get a surprise at the end.
Wow, that sounds cool. That sounds cool. See, we've all got to book a Disney cruise now and find out what the surprise is.
You want to know the surprise for that one? You need to do a 7-night on the Magic or the Wonder.
Oh, I mean,
it only occurs on those two ships.
Okay, cool. So, how does it feel being on a cruise? Like, do you feel like there's plenty to do? Are you always kind of like stimulated, or because one thing for me for going around the parks is like I love to take in like the atmosphere and things like that. I like it. Is that something that you can do on a cruise, or are you always kind of like go, or?
You can do as much or as little as you want on the cruise. Yeah. I love sitting, when I was on the Wish, I love sitting in the Grand Hall, which is the big atrium they got there. And just people watch. What's going on? You have characters, you've got children running around getting all excited. I just love sitting there, people watching sometimes.
Fair.
There is just so much as to what is going on the ships. There are activities from 7 a.m. till midnight.
Wow.
And these are a high range of activities. They do trivia, they do towel folding, because overnight when they do the turn down service in your room, you get a towel animal in your bed, and you can go to a class to learn how to make the towel animals.
Oh, that's cool.
They do cooking demonstrations, they do character meet and greets, they do art and crafts, they do origami. Wow. They also do a range of activities for the adults, like various alcohol tastings. So you can do a rum tasting, an old-fashioned tasting, wine to wine, stem to stem wine tasting, champagne tastings, all sorts of things. The children have the most amazing play areas. I would love to be a kid on a cruise ship.
Yeah,
go and play in the children's clubs all day. They have activities going on there. Stitch goes in and does space goo with them. And cool. They also have what they call open houses. So grown-ups like us, we can go and play for a little while.
Yay.
And when it comes to the I'm sorry, open house is finished, it's like, do I have to?
No, let me have one to go on the slide, please.
we had great fun on the Disney Dream, because one area in the Oceaneers Club is a Star Wars Millennium Falcon.
Oh, cool.
So you can sit there and fly the Millennium Falcon.
Wow, that sounds awesome.
Fun to do.
I love that.
To get to the kids club in the Wish, you go down a slide, and of course grown-ups got to go down the slide and just try it. But that all goes on inside the ship, and then obviously you have your pool decks. One thing Disney do, and it's quite unique to Disney, is they have what's called funnel vision. You have the two stacks on the chimneys. The two chimney stack, and one of them has a big screen. It's what normally by the family pool deck. And they have Disney films playing in there, so you can be sitting in the swimming pool watching Encanto, watching watching the Disney films, and then you've also got the water slides as well.
So is that all during the day, or is it more like movies under the stars at like the hotels?
On the pirate night, they put Pirates of the Caribbean on, because they do theme nights as well.
Yeah. I have seen the Pirates night. That looks awesome. I really want to do a Pirates night.
Pirate night is great fun. Everybody dresses up. You get given a bandana and your stateroom up to wear, and you can go low-key pirate, or you can go the full Monty pirate if you want to.
Nice, yeah.
And you have character intermeets. All the characters got pirate costumes on. You have a character pirate show.
Nice.
And then you have the parlay deck parties. And on some sailings, not all of them, because they don't do it, they weren't doing them this year on the European sailings. You also have fireworks at sea.
Nice.
And
that is something I want to ask actually. How do they do the fireworks at the sea? Like how do they set them off? Because it's not on the ship, is it?
They actually fire them from the ship.
Oh, do they? Whereabouts?
They're actually fired off from the 2 stacks quite high up.
Oh, okay.
And the reason Disney are allowed to do fireworks at sea is the fireworks they have on the ships actually turns into fish food when it hits the water.
Oh wow! And see, I thought they were. I thought they were something. I thought they were like sinkable, like biodegradable or something. They turn into fish food. That's awesome.
Yeah. And what's funny, what's actually quite interesting, I noticed it more on the Wish rather than when we was on the Wish and it was the fireworks at sea, is because the shipping area where the Wish goes from, so down to Nassau to the Bahamas, is there's quite a few shipping companies and cruise companies that use it. You will have your ship, the Disney Wish would be getting ready to do the fireworks, and you'll look over it and you'd see about 3 other cruise ships just going very, very slowly because they know that the Wish is going to do fireworks.
Wow. So they're getting like a free show as well. That's awesome. I love that.
But yeah, the fireworks at sea are really, really good.
Yeah, I can't. It's so cool that they turn into like that's awesome. It blows my mind that because it's very unique to Disney as well, isn't it? Like there's so many things unique to the cruises because they're the only cruise ships with 2 stacks, aren't they?
Generally, yeah, they are.
Yeah.
A lot of the ships now have got water parks on. Disney's got the first attraction at sea, which is the Aqua Mouse, which unfortunately when I was on the ship kept going down. But it's still on the bucket list today.
Yeah.
They also have adult only areas on the ship, so if you're a Disney adult and you don't want to be listening to screaming at kiddies, sorry to put that on your podcast, but if you don't,
it's all right, it's all good.
They have an adults only area, and then they also have spas as well with rainforest rooms. So there is just so much to do. They have with the spas, you can go and have massages, haircuts, manicures, pedicures, shaves, and it's quite a lovely environment. On the Wish, they also have what they call rainforest rooms where you can go and use hot tubs and steam rooms. And on the Wish, the rainforest room has an outdoor bit which is actually within the bow of the ship, so you can actually sit outside.
Wow, that's awesome. That's so
but
cool.
They are quite awesome. And then going back to deck parties, obviously you have pirate night.
Yeah.
But on some sailings also you have themed deck parties. On the Alaskan and the Northern Europe, you have Frozen Adventures. You have a Frozen show.
Oh wow, cool.
The dining room menu that night is all Frozen theme, and then you have the Frozen deck party.
Cool.
At the moment, they're running Halloween on high seas, and you've got Minnie, Daisy, and Clarabelle currently dressed as the Sanderson sisters.
Oh, cool! Nice. Yeah.
So yeah, there's just so much to do on the ship.
That's cool.
As I said, I've done 7.
Yeah.
So far, and I've done the Magic 3 times, the Dream 3 times, and the Wish once, and I still haven't done it all.
And you keep going back to do more because there's always something.
And you always go in and do I'm going to do this time, I'm going to do that, and then you don't.
Yeah, that's it. Like, I need to go back and do it. You don't want to do everything all. I mean, it's physically impossible to do everything all at once.
It is.
Which is obviously a good thing to keep going back and experiencing new things. And obviously it's, even like returning favorites, like, I really enjoyed this last time. I want to do this again, and all that kind of stuff. So, but yeah, that's I love that. And I know there's like added extras, isn't there? So there's quite a lot included, isn't there? Like all the rotational dining is all included. There's like buffets include all you can eat kind of like picky bits and stuff, isn't there? But then you also have like added extras like Palo and it's Remy's, isn't it? On one of the ships.
Oh, 2 subjects I can tell you even more about. You get included in your cruise. You get your rotational dining. You get the quick service on the pool decks.
Yeah,
they can vary. They have pizzas, wraps, burritos. burgers, the best chicken tenders ever.
Oh, okay. I've heard the Dole Whips are pretty good on a Disney cruise as
Dole
well.
Whips are good, but the ones in the parks are better.
Okay. We've heard it here first.
Yeah,
I've heard. Oh, the better than the parks, or like the.
I find the park ones are better. And then you've got your room service as well, so you can have an unlimited supply of Mickey bars.
What? No way. That's awesome. Yes,
they're on the room service menu, and you can have them in the dining room. And then you have
nice.
as you've mentioned, you have the extras. Now,
Yes.
Disney don't do alcohol packages, and they don't have casinos like some cruise ships do, because it's more family orientated.
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
They do have bars on the ship where you can buy alcohol. You can buy a beer glass, and then you get a token, and you get so much off your refills from your beer glass if you want.
Like a reusable kind of system type thing.
And they have like a cocktail of the day, and you get a nice snazzy cocktail of the day glass you can purchase, and then you get each day they have a drink of the day, and
nice. Yeah.
They all appear on the map. Everything they have this navigator app, and when you're on the ship, suddenly this navigator app becomes your lifeline, really.
Yeah. Is that like the Parks app, like the Disney Parks app? Yeah. Cool.
And then you have the if you don't want to go to your rotational dining, you can go and do the adults only dining, which is Palo, Enchante, and Reme. Palo is on all the ships, and they do brunch normally on a sea day, and they also do dinner as well.
Yeah.
And they are that restaurant is absolutely lovely. It's fine dining, it's quiet, it's calm.
Yeah.
The brunch, you end up almost in a food coma.
Wow.
As I joke, I end up with a food baby.
A food baby. I love that.
And then because you can have on the brunches, it's like they bring the menu up, and you have on it, you have your breads, and you have your antipasties, you have your eggs, you have your bacon, you have your Mickey waffles, and they have things like chicken parmesan, which is delicious. You have pastas, you have the calzone pizzas, and the desserts, and they just keep bringing. You can have as much or as little as you want. So food baby.
Yeah. So is that kind of like table serviced, or is it like a buffet type?
It's both Reme, Enchante, and Palo are all table service.
Okay, yeah.
18 and over. They have a dress code.
Yes.
You can't walk in there in your bikini and your sarong. Ladies have to wear a dress. Men have to wear a shirt with a collar. You can't walk. They're very strict on the dress code.
Yeah. That's good though, because obviously it's more like sophisticated dining.
Definitely.
Yeah.
And Palo is something we've done both dinner and brunch. Of the two, I preferred the brunch. The dinner was really nice. They do a really lovely pasta on there, but I really preferred the brunch. Then we got on to Reme, and Reme is one of those experiences I was like, oh my God, this is so posh. You walk in, they even have a little chair next to a lady's chair, a little stool next to a lady's chair to put her handbag on.
Wow. Very fancy.
And then they're very fancy, and they come out and they mix you a welcome cocktail at your table, and then they bring you your amuse-bouche. Then you have your bread, but your bread's just been baked in the chef literally just baked it, so it's still warm when it comes to your table.
Wow.
You then have your courses, and they have Reme and Palo in the evening have set menus. And Palo also has a la carte, but Reme has two set menus. One is French inspired, one's Italian inspired.
Yeah.
Excuse me.
Oh,
and you have fish dishes, meat dishes, and then then before they bring the desserts out, they then bring the cheese to you. It's not just a cheese plate, it's a cheese trolley.
Wow.
And they will make you a personal, they will say, oh, this is what we recommend, and they will actually do like a personalized cheese plate to have at your table. And then you have your then you have your dessert. Then you have your second dessert, because they send you more little chocolates and cake and that to have it. Then they give you a box of chocolates to take back to your room as well. And
my gosh,
you come out with a feedback. But Reme it's not cheap. I will stress the fine dining restaurants aren't cheap, but as an experience, they are well worth doing. And you're sitting there eating your meal, you're looking out to sea, the sun is setting, and it is just so lovely.
That sounds absolutely gorgeous. That sounds beautiful. That really, really does. And I mean, it sounds very intimate as well, along with, because I feel, because like you said, and we're going to touch back on it a little bit. Obviously, if you're on like a 7-day cruise and you have the same kind of like server and things like that, you're going to know everyone. Like everyone's going to know you, like not like personally and like a personal kind of like level, and that I feel like that's important. You know, it adds more to the cruise and things like that. But man, yeah, Remy's sounds awesome, man. It really, really does. And Palo looks awesome. Palo looks absolutely stunning. It really, really does. What was the other one you mentioned? Because I've not heard of that one.
You've got Enchante. That's the one, the other fine dining that's on the Disney Wish.
Okay.
I've not experienced that one yet. It's on the to-do list on the next hand, because these dining experiences you have to book in advance.
Yes, yeah. Is it like 60 days, like with the parks, or?
It depends. Disney have what they call the Castaway Club loyalty scheme. Now, once you've done your first cruise with a Disney cruise, you then become a Silver Castaway member. But before your first cruise, you can book any of your onboard extras. So that'd be your adult dinings.
Yeah.
That'd be your liqueur tastings, your spa sessions, your port adventures, which are your excursions when you're in port.
Yeah.
You can book those from 75 days out. Now,
okay.
And that's the new, as we call it, the newbie booking window.
Yeah.
Once you've done your first cruise, you then become Silver Castaway members, and your booking window then becomes 90 days before.
Oh, wow. Okay.
And then once you've done 5 cruises, you then become gold, which is what we now are. So our booking window is 104 days.
Wow. Okay. Okay.
Once you've done 10 cruises, you become platinum, and your booking window is 110 days.
Wow.
And then the next stage after that, when you come 25 cruises, you become pearl.
Yeah.
And your booking window again is even further afield.
Wow. That is impressive.
And obviously you have concierge. Concierge get to book their activities really something like, I think it's almost like 4 months in advance from a sailing concierge can book.
Wow.
And then gradually you go down the tier.
Yeah.
So one thing you do find though is because all the online booking system is American time based, unfortunately us poor people here in the UK, the booking window opens at midnight.
Oh yeah.
When you add the time on, means you have a few 5 a.m. in the morning alarm calls.
Oh my gosh, yeah.
But they are worth it. And then same when you do check-in.
Yeah.
Each block is check-in days are slightly different. One's 36, one's 34, one's 32 days, one's 30 days.
Yeah.
And again, you have that 9 a.m., that 5 a.m. alarm call because you're going to want to get on that ship as early as possible.
Of course, yeah. Get yourself settled, just feel the magic of the ship and stuff like that. And, you know, yeah.
The earlier you get on, the more time you have. I see it, the earlier you can get on the ship, the more time you have on board.
100%, yeah, 100%.
When you check in, you pick what's called your PAT time, which is your port arrival time. Now, loads of people go on about, I see the ship is leaving at 3:45, which is the all aboard sign.
Yeah.
What time do I get to the port? And you see, if you go onto the Facebook groups, I'll touch that in a minute.
Yeah.
When you go onto the Facebook groups, it's your PAT time will be the time you arrive from the port. So what time want to get on the boat? Well, what time's your PAT time? Because basically that's the time you can get to the port. Because these ships have 2,000, 3,000, 4,000 passengers on at a time.
Yeah.
They don't want 4,000 people all turning up at 10:30 in the morning with their suitcases and their kids going, right, I want to get on the ship.
Yeah, it's not going to work. No, absolutely not. Absolutely not. It'd be absolute carnage.
So for me, it's important. I do the 5 a.m. in the morning alarm calls, and I do get the early PAT time because it gives you almost an extra full day on board the ship.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, absolutely. It's definitely worth it. You want to be there early. You want to get it done. You want to get on the ship. You want to know you can get settled and everything. Like say you get more time, you get like an extra day essentially, which is
you pretty much get from. Generally, you're on board from about 12 o'clock.
Yeah.
The earliest I've ever been on the ship is sort of 11:45, which was in August. I was on the ship at 11:45. So you get on the ship from 11:45 through to disembarkation day, where pretty much they're kicking you off. If you're not off the ship by 9:30 in the morning, they're almost throwing you off the ship because they need because they have to turn the boat around ready for the next sailing.
Yes, yeah. It's a very quick turnaround, isn't it?
Very quick turnaround, yeah.
Yeah.
And you want to get on the ship, find your bearings. You want to go to the pool. You want to have some lunch.
Yeah.
You can go and speak to because one thing you can do, although you have that booking window with the fine dining activities, you can actually on embarkation day, the dining team are available, and quite often you can get a reservation if you've missed it on the booking window, or they'll put you onto a reserve list, and then you'll get a message through the app to say if you've got a booking or not for the Palo or Remo
Oh
and
wow,
so
that's good.
it's quite handy being able to do that.
Nice.
And then obviously you get to go in your rooms, you get to go in your stateroom from about 1:30, so you can then drop your bags off.
Yeah.
Your main suitcases, they take off you at the port because they go you go through airport style screening.
Yeah.
And your bags they get screened. There are prohibited items that you're not allowed to take on the ships. And you do get off the ship at the port after the cruise and you see the table of shame, as we call it, because you're not allowed things like extension blocks, irons, steamers, you name it, people try and take it on. And you do see the table of shame.
Well, yeah. Are you not allowed to take like extension leads and things like that?
No, you can take a plug that plugs into the socket with like multiple USBs, but you can't get a four-way power bar.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah.
Okay.
They don't allow you to do it because it's classed as a fire risk.
Okay, yeah, fair. I can see that. Yeah, I can see that.
And
Because there's no like mains electric, is there? It'd be all like
you plug it in as if you're plugging into mains, but it's the wired in for the ship, and they don't want to overload us. They don't want everybody plugging in a power bar with then having 5 other things plugged in.
Yeah, it makes sense. Yeah.
1,000+ rooms.
Yeah, it'd be that'd cause some sort of damage, I assume. But yeah, that's cool. Good to know all these things.
And for me, being on the ship, I actually get to shut myself off from the outside world for a few days as well. Because one thing they do suggest when you're on the ship is you put your phone into airplane mode, and then you put it on Wi-Fi and connect to the Disney free Wi-Fi, which will run the app.
Yeah.
They do have Wi-Fi on board if you want it, but you have to pay for it, and it's expensive.
Yeah.
I don't pay for it. I like being shut off from the world.
Yeah, it makes sense. Yeah. I can see that. It gives you a good disconnect from everything. You can just focus on yourself and what's around you.
And the reason you put your phone into airplane mode is otherwise you could be out at sea and your phone suddenly gets signal, but you discover you're on the marine network, and then you get back on land and you get a message from, say, O2 saying, "Dear Kaz, please be advised your mobile phone bill is £1,165 because you've been on the marine network while you've been at sea."
Oh my gosh. Oh no.
Happened.
Yeah, I can see that. Yeah. Oh man. No, that'd hurt my soul, that it really, really would. No.
Your couple of £1,000 holiday has become even more expensive.
Yay.
They have shops on board where you can buy merch.
Nice. They've got specific cruise line merch, haven't they? Have you got any? Oh.
I've got Mickey.
Oh, look, Captain Mickey. I like that.
And
is that nice?
And the picture in the middle, this one.
Yeah.
These were given out last year as part of the 25th anniversary, because last year was 25 years of Disney Cruise Line.
Nice.
So each stateroom on the first night, we got given one of those.
Wow.
I've got cruise line ears. I've got on.
Nice. Lovely.
I've got bags. I've got T-shirts. I've got my embarkation day T-shirt that I made on tonight. But we've got bags. I've got T-shirts. I've got spirit jerseys. You can buy toys. One thing I have noticed between the two sailings, Ben, when I've now done UK and America, is the UK sailings. People go bonkers for the shops. They start queuing at like 5:15 in the evening.
Oh my god!
US shops, you can walk in there at 5 to 6. There's no queue. You can just stroll in, look around, and it's just crazy. The UK sailings can be a bit bonkers. But
yeah. I think because as well, it's only like once a year. Everyone's like, I need the merchandise. Yeah. So
and last year they introduced an exclusive range of Loungefly bags. I'm guessing
nice.
what a Loungefly bag is.
Yes, yeah.
They introduced a range of exclusive Loungefly bags for each ship.
Oh, nice.
And these things were like gold dust.
Oh yeah, I can imagine.
If you didn't get one on the first night, you weren't going to get one. They were like the dust.
Wow.
But without sounding cruel, it was like Walmart on Black Friday. It really was that crazy.
Oh man! Well, I hope nobody punched someone for once.
No, there was a few words we marked.
Wrestling for it.
And because the other thing you have with Disney Cruise Lines is each sailing. So I'm on a 4-night sailing in February because I'm back on the
Yeah.
Wish in February.
Oh, nice.
They have Facebook groups.
Okay, yeah.
You can go and join the Facebook group. You all start chatting, getting to know each other.
Yeah.
Thing. They do pixie dusting because you can like little gift services that you can leave outside. You can hang up what they call fish extenders because you have like a metal.
Oh, yeah, I've seen that. Yeah, I've
You
seen
can
that.
do gift exchanges. They do that, and you have like, oh, we're doing a meet and greet for teens where they're going to be. My kids are in XYZ age group.
Oh, nice.
So you do come up with, you end up in like multiple Facebook groups, and I'm still chatting to people from my Facebook group from when I was in the staycation.
Wow, that's
So
awesome.
you do make friendships as well.
Yeah. No, that's really cool. That's cool. And obviously, it's those friendships of like, oh, well, I'm going on such and such a date. I'm like, oh, I'm going on such and such a date. We should like meet up and things like that. So, has that happened? Have you sailed with like the same people over the years, or?
There's a couple that I've sailed with on a regular basis. 2 years ago, when we did the Disney Magic 7-night Northern Europe, 2 of the people in the Facebook group were getting married on board. And
Wow.
unfortunately, their family weren't able to come on board for the wedding. And they just sort of put a post. It was all like an SOS post, sort of, we're getting married. We'd really love some people just that we're not on our own. Would you like to come? And I replied, yeah, okay, I'll come and support. And 2 years later, I met back up with him. I've met up with him in Disneyland Paris. I've met up with him back on the Disney Dream this year.
Wow.
There's another mum and daughter that I got to know again on the Northern Europe that I saw again last year on the Disney Dream when we did Bilbao. I met up with him again this year. We chat through Facebook. We chat through WhatsApp. You do form good friendships.
Yeah. And that's what it's all about, I think. At the end of the day, like people coming together in the community, that's exactly what it's all about. I've met some really good friends from doing this podcast as well. They all have their own channels and things like that, but we've got such a group knit, like tight knit group of friends. It's just it's good to see like that this is what the community does and everything like that, and it's it's nice to see that the cruise is exactly the same and things like that.
To give you an idea, 3 years ago when it was 50 years of Walt Disney World, I'm in the Mickey. I don't know if you've heard from Mickey from the UK.
Yes, I have. Yeah.
I'm in Mickey from the UK. I've posted in there quite a few times.
Yeah.
And I got invited along to go to London
nice.
For the 50th anniversary of Walt Disney World. And I met up with some guys from Mickey from the UK.
Wow.
And we all chat to each other still.
Yeah.
Following year, we all went to Disneyland Paris together.
Nice.
Last year, we all went on a Disney cruise together. We all chat regularly. And 2 of them I actually met up with when we were out in Walt Disney World a couple of weeks ago. So
nice. That's awesome.
As you said, the Disney community is so friendly.
It is, yeah, absolutely. It really, really is. It's such a unique experience. And it's such a unique kind of like area of like the internet. It's just happy. It's just magical. It is. That's exactly what it is.
Have you ever been to the Paris?
Yes, when I was very, very young. I went when I was like 7. I am due another trip very, very soon. I'm looking at trying to go next year or the year after, because I've not been for so long. Like, I
would give you a tip: wait till 2026.
2026, yes, because they've got the Frozen Land opening and they've got the retheming Splash over there into Lion King.
They don't have Splash at the moment. Lion King's only just been announced. That was announced at D23.
D23, yeah.
You've got Adventure Walk, the lake, Frozen is due to open.
Yeah.
Well, it's to be opening next year, but it's been delayed. Everything's been delayed because of COVID, so a lot of the construction got delayed. It's been delayed now to 2026. My advice would be, if you are going to go in the next 18 months, go with an open mind. There is a lot of construction work going on at the moment.
Yeah, of course,
I'm seeing posts on various Facebook groups with people complaining, oh, it's so rubbish, there's so much building work on, and people are putting, we know this has been going on for quite some time. Have you not noticed all the posts?
What do you expect?
Exactly. So if you want to go and don't want to have construction, bear in mind these parks are open 365 days a year. They have to work at some point.
Oh, of course, yeah, absolutely. Like you've got to work, you've got to do it.
Yeah, then go when Frozen Land opens. But if not, just go with a very open mind.
Yeah,
I'm going to go back out there beginning of December because Christmas season is lovely. And this year seems strange because it's the first time in 2 years I've not been out there for Halloween season. I'm sort of doing I really want to go. I really want to go.
Oh, bless. Yeah. How is Halloween at Disneyland Paris? Because I've heard it's very hit and miss.
America's better.
Yeah, well, yeah. Americans do Halloween so much better. We don't celebrate over here, do we?
No. Paris they have a Halloween cavalcade. They have a few Halloween decorations in sort of town square as you go into the park. Yeah. And they have like Coco-inspired Halloween decorations down by Frontierland, down by Big Thunder Mountain. But that's all they do. They don't do anything like Mickey's Not So Scary.
No, yeah.
Mickey's Not So Scary for me. Again, this year was the first time I've ever been. I've only ever seen it on YouTube. And I'm watching Boo to You and I'm loving it. And the night that we were there was also a lightning storm going on. And at one point, you're watching Boo to You and there's just lightning down the back of the
Wow, that's awesome.
So atmospheric. Yeah. It really was. And then it rained.
Oh, no.
So we ended up with the grave diggers on Boo to You. They weren't doing the scraping of the spades on the floor. So I was a bit disappointed.
Oh, no.
The Hocus Pocus show was scaled down a little bit, and then the fireworks started, and it was just absolutely torrential rain, and it just like, this isn't fun no more.
No, yeah, I can imagine it wasn't fun. I'm glad that touch wood that the weather was really good for me on the night. Like I had really good weather like when I was there, so it was I got to experience like pretty much everything as it was intended. So it was.
Did you fill your bag up?
Yes, I did. Yeah, multiple times. Absolutely. But yeah, it was such a fun experience, and it was my first time as well. Like I absolutely loved it. I really, really did. I do want to experience Christmas over there. Not so much the Christmas like over the Christmas period, but like just Christmas party in general, because I don't want to be in the parks like Christmas time. That sounds like an absolute menace.
Having done Paris over Christmas, I've done before Christmas, and then a couple of years ago we actually went out for New Year. New Year's Eve in Paris was really busy. New Year's Day it was really quiet.
Oh, really? Really?
Wow. It was really quite nice, and it was just strange because at midnight in Paris, we had midnight, so we started texting friends and family saying Happy New Year. And one of our friends texted us back and went, it's only 11 o'clock here. And like, we're in France. The parks are busy over Christmas.
Yeah.
I think the UK, some of the UK parks, I don't know if you've ever been to one of the UK parks. I go to Legoland and I go to Chessington, and over Christmas they are very busy.
Yeah, I can imagine. There is. Yeah, it just seems to be the thing to do, doesn't it? Like to go to a park over Christmas. And how is Christmas at Disney Paris? Is it good or?
Christmas season at Disney Paris is beautiful. They deck the park out so lovely.
Yeah.
And then they've got Mickey's Magical Christmas Parade. So they've got a parade. It's actually new since 21.
Oh, nice. Okay.
And they do two versions of it. They do it during the daytime. And then overnight, all the floats are all lit up, all the characters are lit up, and they have all the tree lighting ceremony, and it's really, really pretty. And then you walk down Main Street, and sort of every half an hour, 40 minutes, you hear "Ho, ho, ho, Merry Christmas," and they start playing Christmas music, and it snows down Main Street. Christmas season in Paris is one of my favourites.
That sounds absolutely fantastic. I love that. That sounds really good. See. That sounds like Disney magic right there. That sounds good. Absolutely.
It definitely is Disney magic.
100%. That sounds beautiful. Yeah. And it snows in Paris, like snows in France during like Christmas, like
yes.
Yeah.
It snows in February in Paris as well. We went one year and it was when I don't know if you remember when the Beast from the East hit.
Yes, yeah.
The forecast was saying today's weather 6 degrees, feels like -7.
Yes, yes. Oh man, oh man. No, I'd love to. That is something I do want to experience. Is like the Disney park in like the winter seasons, because obviously you've got like Tokyo and Paris that have that kind of like that experience. But I think Paris is definitely up there for me for going again at some point. 100%. It's been so long. It really, really has. And it was the first Disney park I went to when I was young. It was like the first one I went to. And I've got fond memories of like meeting Goofy, riding Big Thunder, riding Phantom Manor, and then it was just gorgeous. It really, really was. It was fantastic. Really enjoyed it.
They do have the best Phantom Manor, and they do have the best pirates.
Oh, 100%, 100%. Yeah, their haunted mansion is just top tier. It's so good. It's so good. And their Big Thunder as well is like the best. Like,
Yeah.
they've got the best one. The Thunder Mesa. Oh, it's just good. And when I was in Discovery Land, the cannon worked because it was actually Space Mountain. It was insane.
Oh, you had the cannon, so you must have been pre-Hyperspace Mountain.
Yes,
Rumor has it that it's going back to having the cannon.
Oh, please do, because that was so unique. I absolutely loved it. Yeah, I went when I was 7, so it was like 2001. So it was very much like it was very much brand new. It was less than 10 years old when I went. The park itself, it was beautiful. Like the Discovery, like Tomorrowland is my favorite land in like a Magic Kingdom park, and Discoveryland was just so unique, and I just remember it just being so cool. And like, as I got older and understood why it was so different, because it was like based on Jules Verne and things like that, I loved it. I really, really did. It was so fun. But yeah,
Paris is lovely.
Yeah, it is 100%. It is gorgeous. And I love their castle as well, and getting to see the dragon underneath. It's so cool. I love that.
Yeah, that is quite unique.
Yeah, I absolutely love that. That was like one of my favorite things to do. I was like, I need to do this every day, like every time. So I went specifically under to go and see it every day before we did anything. That was like my first thing I had to do.
The Avengers campus that they've built in the studios, that's quite good fun.
Is it? Yeah.
Web Slingers is a bit of a workout, but
Yes.
it's quite good fun. And you can be walking around, and then suddenly Captain Marvel appears, or the Ant-Man and the Wasp will walk past, or you see Thor and Loki, and you've got Star-Lord doing dance-offs. I'm a bit just because I missed Deadpool because he was out during the summer.
Yes, he was. Yeah. I was so upset when I was like, no, I need to see Deadpool. I absolutely love Deadpool. He's like my favorite. 100%.
But yeah, no, it's good. I can't wait to go back out there in December. Yeah,
definitely. I definitely need to get over there at some point. And I need to do a Disney cruise as well. That's on the bucket list. has been for a couple of years.
My advice would be, if you've not done one, do one of the shorter sailings first. So they do 3, 4, and 5 nights. Do one of the shorter ones first. That way, if you like it, it gives you the taste, it'll give you the bug. But if you don't like it, you're not stuck on a ship for like 7, 8 days. You've only got a couple of nights, and you get a little bit of movement. You don't get much. It's like 90% of the time, these ships are so big and they've got stabilizers. You get a little bit of movement, so you are going to notice it. One thing we had this year was coming back from Spain to the UK. On the first day after we left Vigo, we came round into the Bay of Biscay, and we had whales. We could see whales in the distance.
Oh, wow.
And then on the sea day, when we finally sort of came back into the English Channel, heading back to Southampton, we had a pod of dolphins just bouncing across the side. So,
that's gorgeous. That's beautiful.
Even more reason to get you on a cruise.
Absolutely. Oh man, yeah, that sounds so good. I absolutely love that. But I do want to do a little one first, just to get my thing with it. As it moves, like I love the motion of things like that. So it soothes me a lot. Flying in general, I find very soothing and things like that. So I should be all right.
The other thing I will say is Disney Cruise Line beds are the most comfortable beds I've ever known.
Yes, they do look very comfortable. They look very springy. They look very
They're
springy.
not so much springy, but they're just so comfortable, and their pillows are just like so soft. And you get the best night's sleeps ever. I think because the beds are so comfortable, and you've got the movement of the sea as well. You get rocked gently to sleep.
Yeah. You must just feel like total zen when you get off that. You must feel like total bliss.
You get off, and it's a case of, oh, do I have to get off?
Do I have to? They're like, yes, get off. We need to turn the ship around.
That's one of the reasons we sometimes do back to back. We're doing back to back again next year.
Nice, yeah.
It just gives you that little bit longer on board. So
yeah, that's cool.
Because yeah, that's the only thing I find with the short sit is you've just got yourself settled. And you got yourself.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, it's like, nah, you're comfy. Off you go.
It's a bit like going to Florida, but only actually having 2 days in the park when you want 7.
Yeah, that's a total bummer. That no, couldn't do that, not at all. No, I need to. I want to do a short sailing first, get my bearings for it, and then it's definitely something I do want to look at doing over the next couple of years. I think definitely.
Well, you've got the fantasy coming in next year, so she's the sister of the dream.
Oh, lovely! Yeah, nice. Yeah, that's cool. Yeah, the fantasy looks lovely as well. It looks really, really nice. I mean, they all look gorgeous. They all look gorgeous. But have you got a favorite ship? Like, have you got a favorite one that you've sailed on, or?
The Magic's got a very soft, very, very special place in my heart. I think that's because that was the first ship that we sailed on. And because it's a smaller ship, it's a bit more homely. The Dream is lovely. The Dream, despite what people say, the Dream and the Wish, size-wise, are almost identical. Capacity,
oh, really?
They are identical. When you go and actually have a look, Disney have like a comparison, and there is like a comparison chart. When you actually go and look, the Dream, the Fantasy, and the Wish and the Treasure, passenger-wise, they all have 4,000 passengers. I've only heard of them being at full capacity a couple of times. We were at almost full capacity last year when we sailed on the Dream. But they're about the same size. They are a lot bigger. If I had to pick an ultimate favourite, if I go from ambience and appearance, then it's going to be the Wish. The Wish is whatever they did when they designed the Wish. They did something quite spectacular. With the other ships, you have 3 sets of elevators. With the Wish, you've only got 2 sets of elevators. But it's meant they've been able to make the atrium area a lot bigger, and it's just bright and airy, and it's glamorous, and it's all fairy tale and chandelier. I don't know if you've seen videos of the chandelier on the Wish.
Yes, it looks.
It's designed to look like the bippity boppity boo moment from Cinderella.
Yes,
Of a night, it sort of. They chime midnight and it all lights up, and you've got all lights that come on. And if you've got a Magic Band Plus, it vibrates, it interacts, it flashes.
Oh, wow. That's cool.
For me, I love the Wish. The Magic has a special place in my heart. I like the Dream. I'm looking forward to going on the Fantasy.
Yeah.
But if I had to pick a favourite, I'd actually say it's torn between the Magic and the Wish.
Yeah.
I love them both so much.
Fair, yeah. I'm not gonna make you choose between the two. Oh no, that's awesome. I absolutely love that. Love that.
I think Wayne, my other half, I think he prefers the Magic over the Wish. Yep. I'm getting the thumbs up from the corner. Yeah.
Magic over the Wish for Wayne. Fair dues. Yeah, I mean, each to their own. I mean, they all look gorgeous. They all look glamorous. They've all got their own kind of like spin on them, which it makes them all unique in their own special way. But yeah, I can't wait to experience it. I really can't. But yeah, we're coming up to just over an hour here, so I think it's a good place to call.
Yeah.
I want to say a huge thank you to you, Kaz, for joining, taking some time out of your evening.
Welcome, Zach. It's been lovely chatting with you.
Absolutely, it's been an absolute pleasure. Now you get the important part. You get to plug yourself. So go ahead.
Okay, so Addicted to Disney. Follow me on YouTube. I'm on there as youtube.com, Addicted to Disney. I'm on TikTok. I'm on Twitter. I'm on Facebook. I think that's all the ones I'm on. TikTok, Facebook, YouTube, Twitter. Yeah, I think I've covered them all. But please come please come have a look on the channel. I cover all things from Disney parks, POVs, vlogs. I also cover UK theme parks. So come and have a look, see what I get up to. You might see Wayne, who's nicknamed Mr. Disney. You might see the monkey. I haven't mentioned the monkey, but we've actually got a puppet monkey, so you might see the monkey appear in videos.
Okay.
Quite often I'm with my daughter Jenny as well, so she appears in some of the videos. So yeah, come and have a look.
Absolutely, and all the links are in the description as well, so go ahead and do that. But yeah, thank you so much for you both taking time out of your evening to come and chat with us. It's been awesome. I've really enjoyed it.
You're more than welcome, Zach.
Go on, sorry.
It's been more than lovely, and I hope I've convinced you to come on a Disney cruise. You never know. I'll see you on the Disney cruise. We can sit and have a chat and a beer or something.
Absolutely. My eyes are opened even more. Like there's so many things that I need to do Disney-wise. It's insane. Like it's all these firsts that I need to do. It's incredible. But yeah, thank you so much. Thank you to everyone who has sat and watched, commented, shared, subscribed, all that fun stuff. But yeah, thank you all so much for joining us here. And we'll be sure to check out Cars Addicted to Disney. Links in the description, and be sure to check us out. And yeah, thank you all so much, and we'll see you in the next one. Peace.
See you later.